I'm going to show you 7 plywood secrets most beginners never learn. Plywood is one of those materials that looks super simple at first glance. You know, just a bunch of thin sheets glued together. But the moment you start working with it, it's like it has a mind of its own. It splinters when you cut it. The edges look like garbage. The thickness is never what the label says. And if you try to screw into the side of it, congratulations, you've just invented an expensive firewood project. But don't worry, I've got 7 tricks that'll save you headaches, wasted lumber, and probably your sanity. First off, tear out. If you've ever ripped plywood and ended up with a furry mess on the edges, that's tear out. Forget the painter's tape hack. It works, but who has time to tape every single cut line? Instead, get yourself a fine-tooth blade on the table saw. Keep the good face up on a circular saw, good face down. Add a 0 clearance insert and a spiral down-cut router bit and boom, clean cuts with no splinter drama. Next up, those ugly plywood edges. They're like that one cousin who always ruins family photos. 3 ways to fix them. Slap on some iron-on edge banding if you're in a hurry, glue on solid wood strips if you want strength and a furniture. Great look, or my favorite hack if you're painting, smear a little wood glue on the edges before you hit it with paint. That glue seals the pores so you don't end up with thirsty edges that soak up 3 coats and still look like a zebra. Speaking of disasters, let's talk screws. Plywood holds screws great through the face, but try putting one into the edge, and it'll blow apart faster than a cheap lawn chair. The cure? Drill pilot holes, add a countersink, and always back it up with glue. Trust me, screws plus glue and plywood is like Batman and Robin, unstoppable duo. Now let's talk joinery. Dado joints are fantastic for shelves, but here's the kicker. 3/4 inch plywood isn't 3/4 inch thick. It's always thinner, so if you just drop in a 3/4 dado stack, you'll end up with a sloppy fit. Instead, grab a plywood-specific dado bit for your router. They're sized just under the nominal thickness, so you get a snug, pro-looking fit every time without a stack of test cuts. While we're on frustrations, let's not ignore the elephant in the shop, moving plywood. A full sheet of 3/4 weighs about 75 pounds. MDF even more, and unless you moonlight as a bodybuilder, wrangling those things is back-breaking. I use a gorilla gripper to carry them and cut them down on foam boards right on the floor with a track saw, that way my back survives and I can still walk the next day. And here's another rookie mistake, grabbing the top sheet off the stack at Home Depot. Don't do it. That top sheet has probably been sun-baked, rained on, and beat up by shipping straps. The bottom sheet? Same story. Dig into the middle and pick one with more plies. It'll be flatter, stronger, and more stable. Hardwood plywood for furniture, softwood plywood for construction. And if you ever see true Baltic birch, grab it. It has like 13 plies versus the 5 to 7 in the cheap stuff, and it is the Cadillac of plywood. Finally, remember plywood isn't just for cabinets and furniture. Some of my favorite shop jigs are made out of it. And those jigs often make my life easier than fancy tools ever could. So yeah, plywood can be tricky, but with these 7 tricks you'll stop fighting it and start building stuff that actually looks professional. Alright, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Here's another couple videos I think you might like.